as it turns out, taking things very seriously and intensely actually is a much lower density consciousness. Now, when we talk about density, I don't want to confuse you too much, so just consider it like this. Just like an onion, there's many dimensions that exist simultaneously. If you're grounding yourself in seriousness and you're taking your spirituality extremely serious, you're taking your relationship super serious, you're taking your job super serious, everything, you take yourself, who you are, super seriously, and you get mad when other people don't take you seriously. I know you know what I'm talking about. You're grounding yourself in a lower density, a lower vibration, which in turn, it's kind of like you cutting yourself off from these higher densities, these higher vibrational energies. We're talking about enlightenment. We're talking about peace. We're talking about joy. We're talking about love. These vibrations are naturally flowing to and through us when we are more childlike, when we are more willing to come at our day in a playful way. We naturally begin to tune to these higher vibrations, and reality becomes so much more malleable. It becomes so much more responsive. You'll find that you have greater financial success. You find that you have greater success in your relationships. You find that you have greater success in your creativity, with your job. Raising your vibration does affect reality, but here's the difference that will really benefit us to understand. I know you're going to like this. Raising your vibration is not about changing yourself right now in this moment. It's not about changing who you are. Raising your vibration is about tuning in to who it is that you really are. Because this human person that you are playing in this earth reality, okay, this reality is very responsive to you. It is listening to everything that we are vibrationally offering and constantly affirming to us that we are right. If you think things are really hard, you're right, they are. If you think things are really easy, you're right. That's why your life is so easy. People who think it's hard might walk by and say, oh, you're just spoiled. But really, you're just manifesting a different experience in reality because of the vibration you're offering. But this gets confusing. It can get hard for us to navigate. How do we control that? And this is the funny thing. The more you try to control your life and control your vibration, the more serious you're taking it, which is a lower vibration, which is a lower density of reality. So you may think you're doing all these things to make yourself more powerful vibrationally, when in reality what you're really doing is making things much, much harder. But there's a higher density, there's a higher vibrational aspect to you, right? If we're talking about stepping up into 4D, into 5D, in these dimensions, you are free. When you are in that dimension of things, it is very obvious and clear to you that this isn't actually who you are. That you are a spiritual, boundless being with infinite wisdom from having had lived more lives and experiences in different reality systems than as we are attached to our 3D human self, we can't remember those things because we're in the dream. We believe we are this person. We're caught up in the dream. But in 5D, it's very clear to you. It's not just an idea. You feel it. You see it. You remember. You are an infinite, boundless spiritual being who is eternal, dreaming that you are here as a human. It's literally like we are playing a video game right now. You've logged into the earth reality and you are playing a human character. Now, when you believe you are the human character, you're lowering your vibration. You are lowering your density and are cutting yourself off from the infinite wisdom of your higher spiritual self, your higher, who you really are, your true self, your supermind. People call it all kinds of different things. You access this part of yourself not by trying to change who you are or shift your vibration or change your reality right now in this moment, because that's what somebody who believes they are this person would be doing, which is lower density, which causes the dream you're having in this human life to be very rigid and hard and fixed, because you now are abiding by all these physical laws that you believe are natural because it's what our human selves have been programmed by the people and society around us. What the mass collective believes to be true, you will also experience to be true in your life until you wake up to your greater self, who you really are, this infinite spiritual being. I've got a special announcement for you guys before we continue on with the message. It's about 15 to 20 seconds. I'm very excited to let you know we are doing a monthly live stream where we will be channeling a message from the Source Collective, specialized for the individuals who are present in the group live stream, followed by Q&A, followed by group meditation. So this is a very exciting process. I've actually never done anything like this before, and I'm excited to be working with you guys to co-create this very exciting experience of channeling the Source Collective and bringing in this fifth dimensional consciousness into our lives. If you'd like to be part of these co-creations monthly, I have it set up as a monthly subscription. It's simply $9.99 a month. And you can learn more about that by checking out the link in the description of this video, which will lead you to Patreon, a creator support site. So thank you guys very much. I'm very excited at the idea of seeing you there and being able to have this channeling experience unfold. Much love to you, and now back to the video. Thanks. This is 5D. It's not about raising your vibrations, not about changing who you are right now in this moment. It's about letting go of who you think you are, this human character, believing this is you, taking everything in your life so seriously. If you let go of who you think you are, you begin to become aware of this presence, this voice that's been with you every single day. When you realize it, it's so hilarious because it becomes obvious to you that even in preschool, even in kindergarten, right? Even in elementary school, junior high, high school, all throughout your life, who you really are has always been with you, sending you information, impulses, intuitive responses, information, directions, go this way, don't go that way. Who you really are has been with you this entire time, always, has never left you. But when we become stuck in this dream and we lose touch with that part of ourselves, we don't listen to them, we ignore them, we start to get so caught up in the story we tell ourselves about who we are, our job, our financial situation, our relationships, how people respond to us. We build up this idea in our human that this is who we are. And because that's the density that we stick ourselves in and we stick our feet down and say, this is me, reality says, okay. Because understand this, you are such an infinitely powerful being that if you are digging your feet in the ground and saying, I want to take things very seriously and experience a rigid life, that's you manifesting it, saying, hey, infinite creator, which you are not separate from, by the way, you see that past the fifth dimension. Once we step into the sixth and beyond, it becomes more clear that you aren't even a separate soul. You aren't even a separate oversoul. You are part of the infinite creation. We are all this one together. But I don't want to confuse you with that right now. Don't worry about that. Forget about it. Okay, don't get caught up in the dogma of all these things. The truth is, if you just start to not take yourself so seriously, laugh, play more, enjoy your life, the part of you that created this very serious adult voice that tells you what you should do, that's not the you I'm talking about. They're not bossy, they're loving, they're caring, they're compassionate. If you tune into your true self and you begin to do the things that you came here to do, you naturally enjoy your life more. As you enjoy your life more, your vibration naturally raises, meaning that you are beginning to become aware of your greater spiritual essence and self. Now, don't take this process too seriously, guys. I'm telling you, if you take this process seriously, you're missing the point. If you're trying extremely hard to connect with your higher self, you're missing the point. Just let go. Enjoy the show. Enjoy this game that you're playing. The consciousness naturally expands. I promise you, I know this, that if you are seeing this video right now, if you have manifested this conversation into your life, I promise you that your awareness of your 5D self is inevitable. You will achieve this in this lifetime. But understand, it's not something to attain. It's not something to achieve. It's just something that you already are, whether you're consciously aware of that or not. You are so much more than this human character you believe yourself to be. But that doesn't mean that this life is meaningless. When you finally tune into who it is that you are, you discover true meaning, true purpose, true fulfillment. And it becomes clear that those other things that you thought fulfilled you, the relationships, the success, the money, all these things you'd been seeking before, Those were things you were seeking because you thought you were this person living in this world. When you become really awake and aware of the fact that you are actually this infinite spiritual entity, and that this is just a game you're playing, which is just a snap in the grand scheme of things because you've already lived trillions of lifetimes, you don't take it so seriously. It doesn't matter what you do or don't do. You might as well just live life the way you feel called to in your heart. And I think if you do that, you'll begin to find that life is a very enjoyable, fun, and uplifting thing. And you didn't have to take all the people's advice in your life that you've crossed paths with that convinced you needed to take it seriously and act like everybody else in public. And make sure you always fold your napkin and put it on your lap. Make sure you hold your fork like this. I went through what was called sophistication training. I was trained how to behave in public, how to not say what it was that I was feeling, but to make sure to look around and read everybody else's expression and find out before I said it if they would even be interested, or how to change what I was going to say to make it match more how they would say it. So there's all these kinds of trainings and things we've received since we were kids. And let's just be honest, no offense, we were trained by people who had dug their feet into lower densities of reality. Raising your density of consciousness and ascending to 5D doesn't mean that you disappear and you're not a human anymore. As a matter of fact, for the first time in my life, I'm beginning to understand what being human really means. It's not what we've been trained to think it means. That is absolutely clear. But don't just take my word for it. Start to enjoy your life more. Stop taking things so seriously and watch how your consciousness naturally expands. Watch how your vibration naturally raises. The best part of all of it is really seeing this presence that's always been here. That is who I really am. That's always here for me, always loving and holding space for my person, wants the best for me and everybody else, and is infinitely powerful and capable of bringing about anything in reality that is in alignment with who I really am. And that's great, because I don't want to experience a life that is not resonant of who I really am. So it just becomes so clear that everything's always been working for you, and that's never not been the case. Only that you weren't enjoying the process and were taking things so extremely seriously. So you slow things down, because that's what happens when you dig your feet into the ground. You slow things down. Think about it. It just makes sense. Pick up your feet, pick up the pace, not because you're in a rush, but because it feels good to be moving. You know, it feels good to be here alive in this human body. It feels good to go out in the world and do the things that you feel like doing. We are so lucky and blessed that we get to exist and that the earth reality exists at all. It's not as serious and intense as people make it out to be. I appreciate that you may have felt it to be serious. I too have been through some suffering and challenges in my life. But after you go through enough suffering and you just decide, I'm not interested in suffering anymore, you start claiming your life for yourself and doing what you want to do with it. Suddenly, your consciousness begins to expand and you start tapping into enlightenment. And you realize it's not some serious thing that you have to do all this serious spiritual stuff to attain. All you ever had to do was just be here, claim this moment for yourself, and live it in alignment with who you really are. It's not complicated. It is literally so easy. Living a life that's inauthentic to you and being super serious and always trying to change yourself for others or to take your goals super seriously, that's hard. Okay, letting go is easy. Holding on is what's hard. And I know that your manifestation of this video means that you're going through a vibrational raising in your life right now where I know you're going to start seeing this if you have not already. Why not just let go and live our lives for ourselves, finally? You know, it doesn't need to take years. That's your serious human that says it needs to take years. You could just wake up right now to who you are. If you just let go, surrender, and listen. It's pretty powerful, you know? So thank you, much love to you. If you know somebody in your life that this message would just be, so awesome for, please send it their way. And thanks for helping us to get this energy and this consciousness out there in the planet to people who are ready to receive it. Thank you for being a part of that. I'm so grateful that you exist. If you want to join my upcoming live workshop event and work with me in real time over the internet, we're talking live stream, we're talking I see your comments and conversations real time, we get to work together. Just check out the description of this video, follow the links, learn about it in your own time. I appreciate you. See you in the next video. Thanks. Don't forget to like it too. Like the video. Push that thumbs up. Bye, guys.